State lawmakers now want to make it easier for domestic violence victims to get help. This week, the Assembly passed a series of bills to give survivors more financial freedom from their abusers.
Experts say money often keeps people in those abusive relationships. News 4's Jen Shantz tells us how this legislation aims to cut the financial cord. Jen?
Well, Don, when your abuser pays your cell phone bill, cutting ties becomes complicated. Something as simple as making utility payments can keep victims in bad situations, according to the Family Justice Center. Among other things, this series of bills aims to eliminate the fees victims could incur by breaking a family cell phone plan. It also aims to give victims more legal recourse at work.
This week, the New York State Assembly passed a series of bills to help domestic violence victims. One eliminates cancellation fees for shared cable or phone plans.
When a woman does leave, she can do so without worrying that her abuser will be able to shut off her cell phone without her knowing it.
Another bill ups the statute of limitations so victims can press charges 2 years after an attack. The current window is just 1 year.
We also passed a bill that would prevent employers from discriminating against victims of domestic violence and require them to provide reasonable accommodations to victims.
Assemblymember Monica Wallace also drafted legislation this week that would require domestic violence education in schools so that students can spot the red flags of abuse sooner.
These monsters don't come across as monsters. They come across, again, as charming, engaging, popular, talented, often powerful, successful people. And the chief law enforcement, who disgraced himself when he resigned the other day, is, I think, the poster child.
Eric Schneiderman resigned his post as Attorney General Tuesday after allegations surfaced that he beat several women he dated.
I feel incredibly betrayed.
The state legislature will need to select a permanent replacement. Per procedure, Solicitor General Barbara Underwood is the state's acting AG.
They have a lot of complex, important litigation going on, including corruption cases here in Western New York. It's a very important job, and we need to find a very highly qualified person.
Who specifically Wallace thinks that highly qualified person should be, she didn't say. Today was the deadline for applications to the state legislature for interested AG candidates. Wallace says lawmakers will be reviewing those qualifications next week. As for this legislation, it's currently in the Senate. Wallace urges her colleagues there to pass it. Jen Shantz, News 4.